Today I'm turning this glass dome into a beautiful planted terrarium. To make that happen, I will use native mosses and tropical terrarium plants. Since the glass consists of two pieces and has a hole up top, this will not be a completely sealed ecosystem and I will have to add water from time to time. For the false bottom, I'm using black aquarium gravel. I think a dark false bottom will help the aesthetics of the finished piece of living art I'm about to create. After dumping the gravel in, I smooth it out to end up with an even, roughly 1 inch deep false bottom. To ensure the false bottom doesn't mix with the substrate, I cut out a piece of weed fabric to use as a barrier between the two. It doesn't have to be perfect, but going slightly bigger than the area you want to protect is important. The substrate layer is roughly twice as deep as the false bottom, meaning the plants will be able to grow nice and deep root systems. Before I begin scaping, I even out the substrate a bit. Here is a sped up version of the whole scaping process. After playing around with the hardscape elements, it's time to start planting the moss. I use a variety of native species that I collected with permission from the landowners. Placing the pieces in the terrarium is simple. If it looks good, it stays. The moss is now planted and I think it looks good so far. What do you think? To give the plant something to root into, I filled the gaps between the hardscape with sphagnum moss. These are baby steers, a nice carpeting plant with tiny leaves. The reds of this peperomia pepper spot will add a nice splash of color, I think. When placing my plants, I make sure they are placed where they can root well, as they are very sensitive to drying out before the roots are back. Taller plants go in the back to not obscure the smaller ones. Peperomia species can both trail and climb as well as hang down depending on what look you want to go for. And as mentioned before, the baby steers will form a nice carpet as it grows. Whenever I can, I make sure the plants are touching the substrate, as rooting will be quicker than if I was to just put the plants on top of the moss. Don't forget to shower your plants every once in a while working with them, so they don't dry out. As I go, I'm adding these two ferns to the back of the terrarium to add some height and lushness. They weren't part of the initial plan, but sometimes plans change, which is a good thing. And that's planting done. Please go like the video and subscribe before you enjoy a sweet montage of the build. And finally, the springtails. Any terrarium's best friend will be going in too. Springtails specialize in eating mold, which is a common thing in terrariums like these. Thank you for watching, and don't miss my next video.